then just tiny shuffle that way to there, a bit further. That's it. And then with fingers, teacup fingers, just, that's it.
And your hair off your face as well? Twister?
And then the hand.
Princess Diana was first photographed in 1981 wearing the warm and wonderful sheep sweater. As soon as she wore it, it was on the front page of every newspaper. It was really talked about, I think really for the theme of it, of a black sheep on a bunch of white sheep on this red sweater. And it really blew up Warm and Wonderful, their brand. Yeah, so in 1981, soon after she was photographed wearing the sweater, Buckingham Palace sent Sally and Joanna, the founders of Warm and Wonderful, a letter saying that the sweater had been damaged on the wrist and if they could repair it and or replacement because she really loved this sweater. And it's so interesting that there's been a speculation of how much she liked the sweater, but the letters actually prove that. What they did is actually sent her a replacement in 1981 because they felt like they couldn't repair it properly. The sweater basically kind of got forgotten for 40 years, but interestingly enough, in 1983 she was photographed wearing the replacement. So in March of this year, Joanna was looking for patterns in her attic, and she came across a small white box, and in the box was the sweater that they had just, back in the 1980s, their brand was blowing up. They just assumed that the sweater maybe got sent to another buyer. They thought it had gotten repaired, but it actually had just been forgotten in this box for 40 years.
And your hair off your face as well?
We feel that's very conservative given a recent item that Sotheby sold in Q1 of this year. We sold a Victor Edelstein velvet purple gown that she was photographed in Vanity Fair for just over $600,000 US. I think in terms of media coverage, it's certainly the most talked about fashion item she's ever worn. Over 40 years of media coverage. If you're Princess Diana, certainly you have access to lots of pieces of apparel you could choose to wear. And the fact that she wanted a replacement, and then again 2 years later wore the exact same, the replacement sweater, I think speaks, really volumes from her, how much this sweater meant to her. If we think of, there are very few, I think, truly fashion icons, and Diana is always at the top of that list. And we really haven't seen that many items of hers come to market recently, except for the gown that we had.